and welcome everyone. Good morning from sunny Philadelphia. We are so glad you're here, and whether you're joining us from across the globe or if you're already on campus, we want to extend our warmest welcome to the University of Pennsylvania community. So, what is Forerunner? You might be wondering. Forerunner Global. This is Forerunner Global. We go, from all over the world. We travel. We went to China and India this summer to visit and meet with new students and parents. And now we're doing global so that we can reach people from all over the world. So what is Forerunner? Forerunner is designed to help you begin your Penn journey with confidence and clarity. It's more than just an orientation. It's a bridge that connects you to essential information, people, and resources before the semester even begins. So our goal is to support your smooth transition to life at Penn and in the United States. So, what to expect? Over the next 2 days, we have 2 days with you. We've prepared sessions that will introduce you to key topics, ranging from immigration, which is very important for youth to succeed at Penn, and academics to wellness and community building. As the executive director of the International Student Scholar Services, I encourage you to attend both sessions, as each one, day one and day two, is thoughtfully designed to support your success. But before that, I would like you to meet our team. We have an ISSS team joining us. We have several staff members here with us today to help answer questions, support you in any way we can. And so when you interact with them, how do you interact with them? Use the Q&A box, chat box throughout the session to ask your questions. We will be monitoring it closely and we'll respond as quickly as possible. So let's meet our team. Let's start with the Director of Integration and Community Engagement, Yu Hong He. There's Yu Hong. We will meet also the Director of Immigration, Advising Compliance, and IT and Operation, Lily Jan. Here's Lily. Next, our newest advisor, former Director of the University of Arts, Mara Flam. Mara, say hi and wave to the audience today virtually. Okay, let's see if Mara can wave to us. Turn on your camera, Mara. There you go, Mara. Next one, of course, one of our newest advisors who will be talking to you about immigration today is Edith Jiang, who's a former student here at GSE. And of course, we have another one, another new advisor, Neve Lottie. Neve Lottie, who is originally from Ireland. Neve, wave to the crowd. There you go. We have Adiola Oyeyemi, another advisor originally from Nigeria. Adiola, why don't you turn on your camera and say hi to our people, to our new students and their parents. And of course, we have the program manager for marketing and communication, the one who is running this show today, Mike Kelty. Mike, say hi to the people. Wave your hand. And finally, in the integration team, also a former student here at Penn, but now he's a program manager for programs and integration, Kelly Ma. Kelly, say hi, wave. But you know what? This is wonderful. We have a student today. He realized that it's nice for him to say hi to you. He is the president of the Assembly of International Students, originally from Germany, Bruno Bassner from Wharton School. And you will meet Bruno tomorrow with a lot of our students also. Bruno, say hi and wave to the students and their parents. So let's go now and talk about day one, topics for today. Mike, if you don't mind, let's see what to expect. So we want to make sure that you're here today, and we want to make sure that you are very much involved with us, and that ISS will be your trusted home for both immigration guidance and integration support. And you'll hear us refer to our two main pillars: immigration, which ensures you stay in legal status, and integration, which helps you thrive socially, academically, and professionally. We're here not just for emergencies, but to walk alongside you during your entire Penn community. So, integration programs beyond forms and policies, we believe deeply in helping you find community and connection. You learn about programs like Forerunner Global, of course, the Intercultural Leadership Program, Penn Global Mosaic, which build leadership, cross-cultural understanding, and friendships. We also offer events, workshops, and opportunities to engage with fellow students, staff, and the broader Penn community. In fact, the three winners for Kahoot today will have the most sought after and very popular brunch with Dr. Rudy. You will have an opportunity to have lunch with me and get to know you personally. Immigration services. On the immigration side, we support your visa needs, status, maintenance, work authorization, travel, and more. And we are, as an office, responsible for federal compliance, and we take that role seriously while still being approachable and responsive to your needs. In this session, we will walk through the visa application process, what documents you will need, how to avoid common pitfalls. We'll cover important topics like CBIS reporting, F1 or J1 status, knowing your rights. The goal for this is to help you find to be more confident and prepared for your time in the United States. We'll also talk about bank accounts, settling in, understanding the complexity of healthcare in the United States, navigating the US customs. So those are a lot of things. And of course, we'll show you'll be the first group of people who will see and navigate key systems like Penn in Touch, Canvas, Penn Directory, and where to go for help when you're not sure who to ask. So don't worry, you don't need to figure it out today. Just know that support is all around you. Of course, we'll talk about safety and scan awareness, which is very huge right now. It's our top priority. We'll talk about the public safety, making sure that you are familiar with escorts and emergency contacts. We'll talk about, of course, another dreaded question, immigration and health insurance. It's important to stay on top of deadlines with regard to those. What documents you need to submit, where to get vaccines, if you're missing any, and how Penn student insurance works. Ooh, that's a very, very another complex world here. So these requirements aren't just administrative, they're designed to protect your health and the health of the entire campus. Okay, housing support, we'll talk about that, about most of you will be on campus for the undergrads, but also we'll talk about off-campus services so that you can talk and handle things like leases, roommates, finding safe housing, career services, another very critical area to talk about your future career, your internships, your job search, your resume writing, and of course, academic support to make sure that when you're challenged, you're not alone. And tomorrow's topics, Mike, let's show tomorrow's topics, which is another very important one. You'll have the chance to hear directly from Penn faculty members who have worked closely with international students. We have three of them. They'll share insights on academic expectations, classroom culture in the United States, and how to effectively communicate and engage with your professors. This is a great opportunity to learn from those who will shape your academic journey and to ask questions that may be on your mind. And of course, you will be have conversations, you have discussions with them. Don't be shy. Your questions might help someone else in the group. So please ask those faculty questions. Then we have the student panel. We have 7 students tomorrow. Current international students who have been here where you are. They will talk candidly about their experiences adjusting to Penn, what surprised them, what helped them most, and what they wish they had known. This is your chance to hear real stories from real students, not just policies and procedures. So you'll have a chance to ask the panelists anything from how to make friends, to navigating academic pressures, to finding food from home. We hope you'll walk feeling inspired, reassured, and more connected. So day two is all about community, insight, and dialogue. And we encourage you to join us fully and bring your voice to the conversation. Okay, let's talk about ISSS, the first office that you contacted when you apply for those I-20s and DS 2019, the first office that you will see when you come here. So we have our two pillars, immigration and integration. I talk about that. We operate on these two foundational pillars. These pillars I created in 2006 as a guide to everything we do, from compliance and advising to cultural engagement and community building. Whether it's maintaining your legal status, which is very important, especially in this very complicated immigration landscape, to helping you thrive in a new environment, which is equally significant. We are here to support you holistically. 11,393 international students and scholars. That's a big number. One trusted home. We are proud to support over 11,000 students and scholars from across the globe. ISS is your trusted home. That is my new mantra here. A place you can turn to for accurate information, personalized advising, and a welcoming space to ask questions and find community. Let's partner together. You know, it's not easy traveling to America right now because of all the new regulations, but this is an opportunity to partner with us. We serve the full University of Pennsylvania. Our work as an office, one of the few offices in the university that spans all over Penn. We serve the Penn professional schools, the 12 of them. We serve the Penn health system, the 5 hospitals. We serve Wharton, San Francisco, the new Bolton Center, and Morris Arboretum, to name a few. So no matter where your academic or research journey takes you within Penn, ISS is here for you. Beyond students, you might be wondering, our services extend beyond you, beyond international students. We also support international faculty, administrators, researchers, and visiting scholars. We recognize the contribution of every global member of the Penn community, and we work to make their experiences seamless and successful. So just remember, when you email us and we don't respond within an hour or within a day, just remember, we serve beyond students. No borders, no breaks. What does it mean? Immigration and integration don't pause for holidays or summer break. We are here to offer year-round support, whether it's helping you meet your immigration requirements or offering integration programs like Forerunner. We are with you every step of the way. What is our core values? At ISSS, we take pride in these guiding principles. Immigration compliance is our language. Integration is our mission. And third, excellence is our standard. These are not just words, they shape how we work, how we serve and care for each one of you, each member of our Penn Global community. So we hope this is clear, and we want you to listen. We want you to be engaged. We want you to be active. Don't be shy, okay? Mike, what's next? I think it's time to talk about our office. We have a new building. We are located, when you arrive at campus in Philadelphia, here is the map. We are located in 3935 Walnut Street, 5th floor, brand new building. Top of the art in terms of the way it looks, very modern facilities. We have a lot of huddle rooms. We have a podcast room, multi-purpose room, but most importantly, bring out your phones now because we want you to take a snapshot of this slide. We want you to remember this number, ISSS, on a regular business day, 215-898-4661. This is the next one is very, very important. Follow our Instagram and Facebook now. We deliver brand new announcements, breaking news. So make sure that you are able to join our Instagram and Facebook. A lot of students tell me, Dr. Rudy, we are thankful that you invited us to join your Instagram because we never got you never get lost in the shuffle. We remember all your reminders through that. We also have a YouTube channel. This will be recorded, hopefully all the programs that we're doing for across the year. So you will be seeing yourself and being able to participate in a lot of our programs and activities. And finally, subscribe to the Global Quaker. That is one opportunity if you have programs and activities that you're interested to attend, whether a trip to New York, going to DC, or you want to attend a conference in Wharton School or engineering, or there's a great speaker in the Parent World House, Global Quaker will deliver those news. Okay, hopefully I provided a lot. I'll be back again to play with you. The Kahoot, we'll have fun. I will get to know some of you, and maybe 5 or 10 of you later, and get to know students personally. I will now hand the microphone and the stage to our Director of Integration, Community Engagement, and Marketing. People call me not Dr. Altamirano. People call me, Bruno knows this, you can call me Dr. Rudy. It's still personalized, but of course, it's our way to connect, okay? So Dr. He, take it away from here.
Well, thank you, Dr. Rudy. Well, welcome everyone who is in this webinar today. We are just so excited to, see you here and engage with you throughout today's event. But hopefully, you are also coming back tomorrow for the faculty panel and student panel. I am Yu Hong He, and so in ISSS, I manage the integration portfolio. And so for integration, as Dr. Rudy has outlined, that it's our mission to really create a home away from home, to really help ensure that you feel welcome here. You are being connected to various campus resources. You also find a space where you feel a sense of community and belongingness here. So we do a lot of events and programs throughout the year. In fact, in the last year alone, we have hosted over 120 events and programs. And all of those events are open to all international students, whether you have, you are a visa holders or you identify as an international student, although you may not have a visa, you're either on green card or you have dual citizenships, but you kind of grow up, overseas. So everyone is welcome, for our events. And I would highlight the ways that you can navigate what events that we organize. So in the next slide, I encourage everyone to go to ISSS website, and on the top bar area, you would find the button says, integration. So under integration, it lists all of our, some of our major programs, such as the International Peer Mentorship Program. So with that said, I wanted to give a call to all the attendees here. If you are part of the International Peer Mentorship Program that we roll out for the first time this summer, and you are a mentee, can you put in the chat that just let us know that you are actually a mentee and you're enjoying this program or you benefit from the program. So that's one of the programs that we will continue to offer, in the years to come. And I hope some of you would volunteer to be a mentor for the new students joining us next year. In addition to the mentorship program, we also have, Forerunner, like the one that you are experiencing today, as well as, all the like pre-orientation programs such as Penn Global Mosaic. So this program is a selection-based kind of program, and it has already concluded. But for some of you, if you are Penn Global Mosaic participants, please also share in the chat, and we are very excited, looking forward to seeing you in next month. In addition to that, I want to highlight a few of upcoming events. So in the next slide, so you can see that we will have our International Orientation Week during the week of August 18 to 22nd. So if you go to integration, website, as I mentioned earlier, you would find the complete list of orientation activities that are open to you, and you can sign up in advance. And really, I think our current students have, said again and again that they, the orientation events are where they really find like they are connected to the campus, and they've, even meet their best friends there. So we really encourage you to explore, all the activities during that week and make plans to attend them. So for those of you who may, really wanted to get into other pre-orientation programs but didn't, have a chance to, we also offer intercultural leadership program. And so you're going to receive an invitation to apply for the program, in a couple weeks. So if you receive an email, we encourage you to really consider applying. And it's a mix of undergraduate and graduate kind of event. It's very unique. It's also like a lot of students who really find benefits, both intellectually and socially from being part of the program. And throughout the year, we offer what we call cultural crossings events. And these are the events that either, would take you for a tour, in the city, or, engage some speaker, to really discuss some very relevant topics, or some of the kind of social cultural events on campus that will be it's a fun and, good way to relax and meet people. So again, like one of the ways that, to really get up to date with what's coming up, for international community is through our global Quaker newsletter, and also through follow our Instagram and Facebook. Next, I know some of the students have, as you are kind of preparing to come here, you probably have a number of logistical questions. I will get into some of the major ones around like 10:30 today, but also just want you to know that if you go to our website and you click on Live at Penn kind of section, and you will see all of these resources and information that have been put together and have been benefiting a lot of students over the years. So really, I think before you come to campus, and when you will be very busy, take some time to go through all of those information, and even just for you to have a sense of where to navigate this information, how to find the contact people can be very useful to you. So I'm going to stop here to talk about integration area, and I would turn it over to my colleague Lily Zhang to speak more about immigration, services that ISSS provides.
Thank you, Yuhong. Hi, everyone. So good morning from Philadelphia. But we know you may coming from everywhere all over the world, and thank you very much. So for my unit, basically our responsibility is to make sure you have all the support to obtain visa, will be able to travel smoothly to Philadelphia and start your academic career at Penn. In order to do so, we need to put effort from both ends. I do want to ask in the audience, if you're still waiting for I-20 from ISS, would you please type in the system, in the chat, so that we have some idea? What I imagine is most of you already have I-20 and probably already obtained visa and in the process of preparing to come to US. Some students, they let us know that they're still waiting for visa appointment. or they are still waiting for the visa to be issued. So thank you for sharing that information. For next slide, please. So what we wanted to make sure everyone is aware, ISS do have very comprehensive website. And we do recognize the website itself have a lot of subcategory, and we organize that into perspective, new, and current. Now, the most important thing that we want to emphasize with you is always, always read ISS email. So I saw some students responded like in the chat, they got documents, they're currently waiting for visa interview, which means you all received ISS email because we send email, we invite you to apply for I-20, and many of you already did so. So do that continuously. And in those email announcements, sometimes if it's related to a specific immigration topic, we will also embed it a web link so that you can get more information accordingly. Next slide, please. Now, the way that you requested I-20 is through a system called IPEN. And here, you will be able to see when you log on to IPEN, at the very beginning, maybe you don't have PAN key yet, but pretty soon all of you should have PAN key, and you should have PAN key, use PAN key to log in. As soon as you log into the system, you will be able to see who is your ISS assigned advisor. And next slide will show that. So when you get to the IPEN, especially for all of you who already applied for I-20, you should be able to see there is a direct ISS advisor's name to be listed and their email address. I think earlier there's a question asked how to contact ISS. So this is one way that you will be able to find a main contact from ISS, and especially if you have immigration related concern, that will be your go-to person. You also, next slide, you also going to be able to see there is a contact form on the ISS website. If there is some question that you are unclear and it's just a general inquiry, you're welcome to use the contact form. The other important thing is a lot of students, depending on their individual student's situation, they may need to seek one-on-one advising. So if you log on to the IPEN system, there is online appointments that will allow you to schedule that. So that is a very useful tool that you will be able to get connected with ISS advisor. With that, I'm going to turn the floor to my colleague, Edith, and she will give you some important highlights for immigration area. Edith, take it away.
Hi, everyone. This is Edith. Yes, this is Edith, and I'm one of the advisors. Actually, some of you might have already talked to me, and some of you will become my advisees in the future. So I'm more than glad to support you and help you through the journey at Penn. So first of all, the topics we're going to cover today. Next, please. Including visa application process, key immigration document and steps. I see the questions regarding visa interview and what document to carry have been popped up in the chat box. So hopefully we could answer that. Important do's and don'ts to help you maintain your status, CIV's reporting responsibility, and some practical tips for your arrival and some general reminders. Next, please. Sure. So the steps that you all go through together, and I used to go through as an international student as well. So receive I-20 or DS-2019 if you're a J1 student issued by ISSS. They should be downloadable in your IPEN. There is going to be a document icon in the up right corner. So you can download your I-20 or DS-2019 there. Attending visa appointment. arrive. So if your I-20 says it's initial, you may enter a maximum of 30 days prior to the start date on your I-20 or DS-319. But if it says transfer or change of education level, it can be different. So if you have a question about this, please contact us. And at the port of entry, you will undergo immigration and custom inspections. Then after you arrive, you will report your arrival in IPEN. Also in IPEN, there should be a student arrival e-form on your IPEN homepage. You would be asked to upload a copy of your I-94 and your visa. And once your arrival e-form is approved by us, we will send you a travel validated DS-319 or I-20. Please print it out and sign it. Next, please. So let's talk about an early step after you got your I-20 and DS-319 is go apply for your visa and attend the visa interview. So you will need to pay CIVS fee at fmjfee.com, then schedule an appointment. So if you're currently experiencing some like visa appointment delay or having trouble finding a slot, you can let us know and we will see how can we help you. So at minimum, you will need to present your passport, valid for at least 6 months, your DS-160 confirmation page, I-20, DS-2019, with your signature. You need to hand sign it. Have the CIVS fee receipt. After you pay the CIVS fee at fmjfee.com, there should be a receipt that's downloadable and will always be downloadable. And bring passport size photo, 1 or 2 or 3, and updated or most recent financial document that you have to use to apply for your I-20 or DS-319, your Penn admission letter. Each U.S. embassy can be different and they can ask for different document for their appointment. So definitely be sure to check their website and see if they require any additional document. Next, please. Okay, so I believe in the chat I saw someone asking about they have an interview upcoming. So here are some tips for your visa interview. So you answer only what is asked. Do not volunteer information. So let's say I have an aunt and an uncle. They've been living in the US for 30 years and they have a big property in New Jersey. If this is specifically asked by a US consular, you can answer honestly and provide the information. But if you're not asked about this, you do not have to volunteer this information. You should clearly explain your study purpose and your plan after studies. If you don't have a plan after studies, that is also fine. Just say, I don't have one yet. Be honest. So answer truthfully and confidently. Do not hesitate. Do not try to hide stuff. Maintain polite and professional demeanor. And after your visa is issued, you probably should check and make sure all of the information listed on your visa is correct about your name spelling, your date of birth, the issue date, and other information to make sure this is definitely your document and it is not wrong. And if you're experiencing delays or issues in visa issuance, please notify us also in IPEN through visa reporting e-form, and also notify your academic department so we can work together and help you. Next, please. And another question I see here in the chat box is what document should I carry when I arrive? So here is the basic list. Your passport, visa, I-20 or DS-2019, print out and hand signed by you. Download your CIVS fee receipt from the fmjfee.com, carry your admission letter, your financial documents, proof of fund, that's what it's called. So if you're an incoming PhD student and your tuition and life expense will 100% be covered by your scholarship or fellowship, the admission letter that states so could be your financial document. And one of the important reminder is please carry all the document with you in your backpack, in your carry-on, and do not pack in your luggage because you will not have access to your luggages until after you pass the border inspection. So if you have it in your luggage, you won't be able to show that. Next, please. And you would be questioned at the border. So just like attending the visa interview, you need to clearly explain your study purpose and plans after completion. If you don't have one, say, I'm figuring it out, and this is what I'm going to do here. I'm attending a study program to help me figure out. Be ready to provide a US address, even though you might not have like a rental property or some like permanent location. A hotel address would be helpful since you're arriving and you should stay somewhere that night. And assure immigration officers you do not intend to immigrate permanently. And this does not have to be actively say, oh, hey, I don't plan to immigrate here permanently. You just need to show that I have a clear plan. I'm here for study and I'm here to finish my program, not to immigrate. So be concise in your responses and also be polite, be professional, stay calm. Next, please. And the electronic review, it has been an ongoing thing. It is not completely new, but it should be reminded. You should be prepared to have your electronic materials and content reviewed, including your laptops, your phones, your iPad, tablets. Basically, anything you carry across the border is under inspection. Next, please. And once you cross the border, you would be able to log into this website, the www.cbp.gov/I-94. And you should be able to access your I-94 soon enough, maybe at the time that you're waiting for your bag to arrive. That should say F1 or J1, D/S means duration of status. So you should print it out, either carry it with you or save in your personal record. So that is your arrival departure record and proof of your status. And complete arrival e-form in IPEN should show up on your IPEN homepage. We highly encourage you to attend all of the new student orientations and read all of the emails. Sometimes it can be a little wordy, but trust us, we have tried our best to make everything as brief as possible. Meanwhile, include all the important information that we really, really want you to know. If you do not understand the content of the email or feel this subject is too scary, definitely consult with your ICE coordinator or advisor. Once we approve your arrival form and activate your service record, your ICE coordinator would be switched to an advisor. And the name and the contact information will still show up on the same spot that they are on IPEN homepage. So be mindful of deadlines that include from both immigration perspective and your academic perspective. Next, please. So there are some key immigration documents that we have been mentioning multiple times, again and again. They're your passport. It needs to be valid for at least 6 months. And if it's expiring, you should contact your home country's embassy in the US or figure out what is the preferred way of renewing it to keep it valid. Your I-20 or D-2019 with our signature and with your signature. Your F1 or J1 visa, your I-94 that can be downloaded here on this website anytime, show F1 or J1 D/S with the correct entry date. Your SIFS fee receipt, downloadable as well, and your most recent or updated financial document that reflected and used in your I-20. And Penn admission letter. Then the DS-160 confirmation page. On this link, the ceac.state.gov, you would be able to put in your visa case number and check the status of your visa. Next, please. Okay, so here are some do's that we encourage you to do on maintain your visa status from academic status perspective. So as a student here, the purpose should be study. And maintain full-time enrollment / course load is very important. The minimum requirement is 3 CUs per semester. For undergrad students, maybe sometimes the school rather you enroll in 4 CUs for you to complete on time. But if you do plan to drop below 4 or below 3, talk to your department and talk to us. You should make good academic progress. And if you indeed need longer to finish your program, please apply for a program extension. So class registration, apply for reduced course load, make good academic progress means turning in your homework on time, and apply for program extension. Those all have deadlines, and there is something that's like not possible to be retroactively done after the deadline. So please be mindful. Next, please. And employment. So you go to school and how to say, the ultimate purpose might be like secure a good employment so we can go on with our life, with our career and stuff. But there are some important rules to maintain your visa status, also from employment perspective. So this link here have the rules for on-campus and off-campus employment. Please review that carefully. If you have questions or about a specific employment or about a content on our website, definitely ask us first. You should obtain employment authorization always before you start into work. And please do not undertake unauthorized employment or activities, even if it's not unpaid, if it's unpaid. Because sometimes the so-called volunteering would actually be categorized as a unpaid employment, and that would not be good. Next, please. Again, do not undertake unauthorized employment or activities, and even volunteering for some activities might become a unauthorized, unpaid employment. And it is really great that we are building a relationship and we're building connections with our friends, with our peer international student, academic advisors, staff, or seeking like guidance from social media. But when it comes to immigration guidance, please come to us instead of friends, academic advisors, or social media. And do not ignore emails from us. And please do not wait until last minute to submit applications or requests. The more time you give us or you allow us to process the document and to review your request carefully, the more flexibilities you will have. So if you have any questions, even like, what is this email? What is this suspicious thing I see on social media? My friend brought up this topic. Is it true? Please ask us. See the advisor information on your IPEN homepage. Next, please. Okay, so the civics reporting responsibilities is something that all of us will have to do together. We can't do this without you. So please, as current student, please update Path at Penn. There is learning from address, there's permanent address, and there's like mailing address. You should update your learning from address to have this updated. You should update with your current US residential address within 10 days of a move, no matter you're moving across the block, across the city, or to another state for a summer internship. So if your funding resource have changed, like you used to be funded by your family and now you have a scholarship that fully covers your tuition and life expense, you need to report this change to us. We will guide you to a e-form and we will issue updated I-20 or DS 2019. And if you change your major or switch to a different program, that should be reported to us as well. And if you need longer or you don't need as long, excuse me, to complete your program, we will need to either extend or shorten your program end date. And if you're transferring in from another institution or you're transferring out to a different institution or even thinking about taking a leave of absence or withdrawal, definitely consult with us first before you take any official action. And also the reporting, the major update, extension or shorten, transfer in and out, and leave of absence. All of the requests and actions will have deadlines, and please be mindful. Next, please. Okay, employment is just really important topic. And there are some on-campus and off-campus employment that we can do as F1 and J1 student. So for current student, you can do on-campus employment. Like I said, you have to obtain the work authorization before you start. But as a current F1 student that is sponsored by Penn, your I-20 is your on-campus employment authorization document. If it's paid by Penn, on Penn payroll, you would locate on Penn campus and you contribute to Penn community. If the job that you're looking for does not meet all the criteria, check with us. And you're permitted to work up to 20 hours per week when school is in session. And the prior additional authorization is not required because you have your I-20. And for J1 student, you're permitted to up to 20 hours per week while school is in session as well. But it will require additional authorization other than the DS 2019. And for off-campus, basically anybody other than Penn, this university, would be an off-campus employer. And for F1 student, we will need to obtain CPTs for internships and externship after completing one academic year in valid F1 status. If you have questions about what does one academic year mean, and I want to start at some point for this specific employer and you're not quite sure if it's strictly fit into black and white, please ask us. And for a J1 student, you can apply for part-time academic training during academic year and full-time in summer. Next, please. And for students who are on their way or have already completed their program, for F1, there's OPT and STEM OPT extension. The original OPT, short for optional practical training, is 12 months. And for STEM eligible degree, there will be a 24 months extension. Again, we will have to be lawfully enrolled in US and in valid status in F1 for one academic year. OPT is a USCIS processing, so it can take long. If you're thinking about doing OPT either pre or post your graduation, contact us and we can provide a timeline. And for J1 student, you can have academic training. That length can vary based on degree level and duration of your academic program. You should have valid J1 status, and your eligible employment should start within 30 days of the program completion. And this is program sponsor granted employment authorization. So we do have one advisor for our J1 students and scholars. So you will also be able to see their contact information on the IPEN homepage. If you're not sure, contact advisor. Next, please. And as we are stepping into the next semester, there are some emerging issues, which started by visa appointment and interviews delay. The pause is recently lifted, but we acknowledge that delays still exist. So if you have any kind of issue regarding your visa, please report through the IPEN e-form and just contact one of the IS staff member. And there is indeed increased vetting for activities on social media accounts like your Instagram, your X, your Facebook, and maybe WhatsApp and some other stuff. So when you're going to the visa interview, you need to set your social media access to public instead of private review. And it could be reviewed when you're crossing the border, along with your electronic devices. Next, please. And there are some increased reporting requirements to the US government. So these languages are directly quoted from DHS published notifications. So we're putting it here. Next, please. All right. So to sum up, here are the immigration tips and reminders. So your service record will not be activated until you enter the US and after you complete the arrival e-form with I-94 stating F1 or J1 D/S. So you should complete arrival form in IPEN immediately after your arrival. Maybe some of you have already got a preview of the form and watched the tutorial already. So once you finish that form, we will follow up with you if we see anything that requires further attention. And make sure your planned arrival date in the US is not too early and also not too late. If you do plan to arrive after the semester's start date, please reach out to us. And once you cross the border, please definitely check your I-94. It is not only very useful in activating your service record, it will be requested again and again and again when you're applying for a CPT, when you are applying for replacement of I-20 or DS-2019, when you're requesting travel signature, when you're applying for OPT I-20. Your I-94 is the proof of your legal status, so definitely keep an eye on that. If at any point after your travel, you notice that there is something wrong with my I-94, it does not say the correct date. If for some reason has a different person's name, and this is not where I entered last time, please reach out to us and we will guide you through CBP so you can fix it. Next, please. And we cannot emphasize this enough. Please read all emails and notifications from ISSS and check our website for timely immigration updates. So we try our best to gather all of the update in policies in the current trend, and we will analyze it, we will review it, and we will put it in an email and send it out. Once you have an I-20 or DS-2019 issued from ISSS, you will be able to find the assigned coordinator or later on advisor through the IPEN portal. You can make appointment with your assigned advisor, and if they're not available, you can always make an appointment with other advisors. We have basically daily, maybe sometimes 2 or 3 times a day, virtual drop-in. It comes like first come, first serve. And we will have the advisors sitting there answering questions one by one. And then we do have the contact e-form. We have a phone number. Again, that is 215-898-4661. So everyone has phone access. If you have a problem or an issue that you would like to address, please call us. And also, as Dr. Rudy has mentioned, we have a nice office. We are very convenient located above a McDonald's. So pick up some McNuggets and come up and talk to us. And then let's maintain your valid F1 or J1 status by keeping all of the immigration document valid. And please keep an eye on the expiration date. And if you feel like a deadline or a expiration date is coming near, talk to us and see if we should do something about it. And remain full-time course load. Anytime you don't want to take full-time course load, contact us, contact your academic department, and see what we can do. And please never accept unauthorized employment. We do have CPTs, OPTs, on-campus employment that should provide a pretty large amount of job opportunity. But if there is something coming up and you're not sure what it is and you're not sure how to deal with it, talk to your ICE advisor.
That's wonderful. I'll give the floor back to Yu Hong to talk about all the most important things about health, transportation, safety, career. Great topics. Yu Hong, take it away from here.
So I am going to cover 6 topics in the next 30 minutes. So please stay with me, as I think it's so important for you to be really self-educated about all the really key resources for especially an international student. because many of you probably are coming to interact with U.S. higher education system for the first time. And even some of you who attended boarding school in the U.S. before, or another university in the U.S., just know that each university functions differently. They have their own support system, so it's so important for you to know who to go to, where to turn to when there is a need, when you have a question. So these are 6 resources I'm going to introduce. First, cover safety and scams, and second, we would talk about insurance and immunization. And then I would talk also about, wellness, and as well as housing, career services, and academic support. So I only will provide you with some of the most essential information. So, and then give you, some important numbers to, put in your phone, or some of the website links for you to really take a look at. So first of all, safety and scams. I know this is one of the most important topics for not only you, students, or some of the student parents, but also for your parents, right? For those of you, who are here. I don't know if any, of you are, the Penn students' parents. If you are here, you probably also are curious about this topic. And so, I want you to make sure that, you get the really important information. So first of all, Penn is a safe campus. As you can see in the next slide, that there is a patrol zone. So this is between 30th Street, where the train station is, to 43rd Street. And then between also the Market Street, where the student counseling, student house is, and also to Baltimore Avenue. So in this patrol zone that the University of Pennsylvania provide 24/7 free walking escort services. What that means is that you can actually request someone from the Division of Public Safety. Those officers, either they are Penn Police or they are Allied Universal Public Safety officers. They are in uniforms, and they can literally walk you from any of the school buildings to your apartment, or to a stay, or a train or stop. And so it's just up to you to make the call, right? I listed the numbers here, so please add it to your phone. So 215-898-9255. For US numbers, it's always +1, as the country code. You can also just, when you see any of those officers in uniform on the street, you can simply also just approach them to ask, can you walk me to, office building, an academic building, or back to your apartment, as long as they fall into, this patrol zone. So for all of the undergraduate students, if you are, as you are a new student, of course, you will be living on campus. So I think, there would be no question there. For, I think, graduate students who would be living off campus, then you kind of need to know where you are. But also know that outside of this patrol zone, there would be also other, like Jacksonville University's police, University City Police, and also Philadelphia Police. So it's a very heavy police kind of area in the University City, where the University of Pennsylvania State locates. And so I think there's a lot of, sort of like existing support to make sure that, you are able to ensure your physical safety. So you may also notice the blue light e-phones. And then those are the phones also for you to make a call. If you are being there, typically there will be a camera that the Division of Public Safety can monitor. So once you make the call, there will be an officer who can come to you and then walk you to where you need to go. Next slide. In addition to the escort services that's 24/7, Penn also have other safety measures. So I think the first thing I would like to encourage everyone is to register the UPenn alert. So I think my colleagues can help put these links in the chat. So when you go to these links, and you can find out on the website where you can, go directly to register, your email address, and then so that you would receive, an alert about any activities on campus that, that you should avoid, the area because of those activities. So I think typically, even for staff and faculty members of UPenn, we also register, the UPenn alert, and then we would get those notifications on our phone or via our email, so that you really know how to prevent yourself from being in, maybe some sort of like criminal activity or some, activities that may compromise, your safety. So this is a really amazing kind of alert system that Penn, institutionalized, and it's really a great way to ensure everyone affiliated with Penn, their own safety and well-being. Another amazing app is called Penn Guardian. Again, go to the Penn Guardian, whether you have an iPhone or you have another different phone, you can go to download the app. So with the app, I think you can then really able to, have the university, you can turn it on so that the university would be able to track where you are when there's a need for you to be connected with the Penn Public Safety. So the last but not the least is the Penn Transit. So Penn offers the buses, shuttles, but also like the services for those with disabilities. So there is a Lucy bus that using your Penn card you can get on for free. There are Penn rides that you can call, to during the day. But there's evening shuttles that you can also request, for them to take you back to maybe your apartments, especially for those who live off campus. So I think, again, there's a link here. I would ask my colleague to put in the chat so that you can go onto the website to, find out where you're going to be living, and then also what are some of the resources that can be available to you. So next slide, there would be all these key numbers. So again, take a picture of this slide, and again, enter these numbers, to your phone, just so that you have it in hand when you need. Earlier, you answered the quiz. You know that the Division of Public Safety, in short, DPS, is accessible 24/7. I noticed that one of the questions asked earlier is that, when can you contact ISSS? So during the office hour, you can call ISSS main number. But if after office hour, there is a true emergency, like you are stuck at an airport, and the Custom and Border Protection officers who has question about, your I-20 and whatnot. So if there's a true emergency, who do you contact first? It's this DPS, 24/7 number, right? And for you to contact them, and then they can get in touch with ISSS on-call person. And also the helpline, if there's any students or parents who are here, or if you want to pass this number to your parents or family members, this is also the helpline that's much more broader. Like, so if your families cannot find you, and they can call this number, and then the university, then resources would be mobilized, then they can help find out where you are, and also connect with the concerning family member to the right resources. So the helpline is for everyone, but many of the parents and family members, especially they're overseas, have also utilized this number, to when there is a concern about their child. So these are the key numbers. Next slide, I want to talk briefly about the scams. We have received reports from a number of international students who were intimidated by scammers who pretend to be from the U.S. government, like officer, like governments, or actually from their home countries' officers. And these scammers are very, very sophisticated, and they somehow present a very convincing case that the students need to act right away without the opportunity to consult with the others, talk to any of the university resources or talk to even their family members, that they really scare them to the point that they feel like they have to do something immediately. And typically that involves sometimes allow scammers to log in their computer, or sometimes, accessing their bank account and whatnot. So we have, unfortunately, some of the Penn students fall, into these, scams by, sophisticated, criminals, both in the US and outside of US. So we really want you to know, again, be aware that no US government officials would ever call you or email you to ask you to provide any personal information. So whether it's via a phone call, a text message, or an email, whenever you see that, you should just ignore it. But if you are not sure, always reach out to ISSS or Division of Public Safety to say, hey, I received this email or text message or this call. I am, not sure what this is about. And then we can really help you to figure out, usually 99% out of the, of the time it's a scam, but also just, make sure that you don't fall into that. If there's any legit, reason, then we can also make sure that you navigate it properly. And also, typically, again, there's always something about money transfer and whatnot. So whenever you hear something like that, or like you're going to get a job and you get paid like how many $100 a week, these are not like real, like true scenarios. So be alert and be careful about those kinds of contacts and messages. All right, so that's a scam. And next, I think that's about kind of briefly about safety and scams. And I think just, again, be educated yourself, and also, talk to your peers so that they don't fall into the scammers, the criminal scams as well. So I want to talk about next is immunization and insurance. Next slide, and you can see that all of our international students are, all of the students are supposed to, provide their immunization record. But of course, other US has different kinds of requirement. Penn has its own requirement. And by now, I know most of you already know what kind of immunization shots you should have received by the time you come to Penn. If there is the way to upload those immunization record is to activate your Penn chart. And if you have a problem, having it activated, I think a couple students mentioned that. So here are the contact number, like a phone number, it's listed here, 215-746-4200, or you can email those two numbers, email@pennboxupenn.edu. So that's for immunization. And the second one, it's about insurance. So you would, I think right now it's after July 1st, so you should be able to, upload those documentation in Penn chart. Again, sometimes individual students might encounter problems. So the first person you should go to are the people who are listed, above that. They ask that the records to be translated if possible, but if you have difficulty doing that, again, reach out to the immunization email address to see if there's exceptions can be made. Insurance is very important. I would talk about that in 2 slides. Next one is the Penn chart. Go to, as you can see, on this screen, that's where the activation button is listed. Again, if you have, it's a new system that they implemented this summer, so there may be some hiccups there. If you do encounter a problem, please reach out to them. And again, if you feel like, I think one of our Penn Global Mosaic participants mentioned that they have not received a response. And again, if you encounter that, feel free to contact ISSS staff and like me or Kelly Mark here, so that we can kind of help you connect with the right person from the wellness division. Next one. So here are some of the general requirements. There is a require, so I think there's recommended ones. If you in your country you are unable to get one of those required shots, I think there is I think the Penn Student Health is offering some of those shots that you can take after you arrive on campus. So again, and we are aware that this year it's unusual, so some students may not be able to arrive, on time if there is a visa delay. Again, if there is a situation like that, please contact, the wellness division using the email address that I will show again to see if exceptions can be made. Similarly, you can also find out whether you can get some of the shots here on campus and whether there will be a fee involved. Next one. So insurance, all students, and international students, you are required to be full-time, and so you need to provide health insurance, right? So you need to either enroll or waive your insurance by the, August 31st. And once you get your insurance card, whichever company you get the insurance from, please take a picture of your insurance card, both the front and back, just in case when you're out and about and you need your insurance information that you have it ready. Don't just like put it aside in your apartment or in your dorm room, and so that when you need it, it's hard to find it. So I want to talk briefly about one of the recommended insurance. Next one is the Penn Student Insurance Plan. I know it's a little harder to see this chart, but as you can see, there are some other insurance plan that you also meet the university's requirement, like ISO, PSI, but PSIP, which stands for Penn Student Insurance Plan, is the recommended plan for all students if you are able to afford it, because it check all the boxes for all this kind of health issues that people that may need. So go to the next one slide. You can see the price for this insurance is about $5,000. Yes, it's a little bit more pricier than the other insurance plans. However, if you have a existing condition, and if you kind of anticipate that you might be needing medical care, sometimes actually paying for a more expensive insurance can really help you save money down the road. And you have also a PSIP, which is also the Aetna insurance. They would have on-campus representative to assist you with any questions, that you may have regarding copay, referral, and whatnot. And the coverage typically runs from July 1st to August 31st. Actually, no, August 1st to July 31st. So for some of the students who graduate in May next year, especially master students, you would actually still have insurance coverage until like the end of July. That's about insurance. I want to talk next about the wellness support services. Oh, by the way, this is again the phone number and email address. And thank you, Lily, for also putting that in chat. Next one. So the universities provide also again free and 24/7, physical health and emotional well-being support. In the next slide that shows the medical care, service that you can see that the university provides, cover a whole range of medical care like gynecological and primary nutrition services and even travel medicine, just to name a few. But also in counseling, it's also free and confidential. So for those of the students that if you feel like there is a time that you may be needing to talk to a professional about, transition or some of the, other concerns like academic stress or, career stress, counseling services is a place that you can go to. In next slide that you can see, they offer individual group therapy and for those who may need medication. So they have also psychiatrists and nurse who are able to provide assessment and prescription as well. There are other more like drop-in services, like the one in next slide listed about Let's Talk. So this is one of the kind of programs that they offer across the campus. And so if you find, at a time, you wish to talk to someone, again, maybe that's not your friend or not your parent or not your advisor, these are the professionals who are there making themselves available in different parts of the campus that you can go to talk to without having to schedule an appointment in advance. They also offer some like online or like a texting kind of services support. So in this next slide, I think it lists a program called, Together All. And so you can actually give mental health support by, some offer by peer. And so you can, again, like it's available 24/7, you can, it's anonymous. And so, it just kind of note that down that it's there if there's ever a time that you feel like you can benefit from, some peer support. And, so next one, I think, we are going to just so everyone knows that the university really truly committed to our students' welfare and well-being. So knowing that most of our services are free for students, but particularly safety and wellness, they really make themselves available 24/7. And you should never hesitate to even just drop in, for immediate help if you prefer it that way. So let's go to on-campus and off-campus housing as our third topic. Undergraduate students on-campus housing, particular for your first 2 years, you're going to be required to live on campus, right? And so all international students, you are allowed to sign up for undergraduate students. You're allowed to sign up to move in on August 18. And this is because that we offer international student orientation throughout the week. And you are here because, you want to or you need to participate in international student orientation. So that's sort of like the university is trying to accommodate and support international students in that way by allowing you to move in 1 day earlier than all the rest of the students. So the August 18 is the special population move-in day, and then the Tuesday, is for all students. If you are coming in later than the Tuesday and Wednesday, the Monday and Tuesday, that's not a problem. You just have to, again, communicate with the residential services about, when are you going to move in and things like that. Next slide. So the undergraduate housing provides a lot of support. You would have, resident assistant, house director, there would be a faculty member living in the college house with all the students. So I think, again, like, the goal is to make sure that you're getting all the support and resources you need, but also to really make sure that you are connected to a community. And, your residence hall is a community where, you can find a lot of, connections. And, it's important that you also kind of really learn more about like your college hall and, your college house and what's available, to all the residents there. So for graduate students, the universities unfortunately no longer offer on-campus housing. However, there is an office called Off-Campus Services that is there to continue support our graduate and professional students. So if you go onto their website, they have housing listed there. So you can find out like what are some of the, private landlords or, that they are where their lease and their rental properties. You can also bring your lease to talk to the one of the staff of off-campus services, like having someone review your lease, or when there's sometimes the landlord asking you for something that you're really not sure about. So off-campus services is the place that you can turn to seek, consultation, to seek guidance. So you don't fall into, scams, or you are not signing a lease that may be, really it's unfair to you. So again, please remember these services, especially as you are navigating off-campus housing search, or when you need to kind of change your apartment again next year. I think that's about housing. So in the next couple sections, I would cover briefly career services. So career services is really important for, I think, international students. As you are here, you probably start thinking about on-campus jobs, or you're also thinking about summer internships, or potentially seeking full-time employment after you graduate. So the first office you should consider is career services. So they do serve all 4 undergraduate schools, but also they serve most of the graduate schools, right? And so what do they do? So the kind of services they cover include, advising. So they meet with you one-on-ones about, your, what your plan, and kind of they connect you with a peer career advisor. But they also provide a lot of instructions about resume and cover letter. And they even can talk you through about how to prepare some, and then give examples. They also support students as they prepare for their interviews, like even doing a mock interview, so that you really are ready to go and you're confident about your interview when you have a chance to be interviewed for, internship or jobs like that. By the time when you have an offer, it's common in the US culture to negotiate your offer instead of just taking what it is for you. And so like how to go about doing that is also something career services supports. And I think another important element of a Penn experience is networking, right? Penn is very proud of its, thousands of alumni around the world, but how do you go about connecting with those alumni? So there is like I think education about like what do you do like when you're in a happy hour, or how do you carry out a conversation with someone like who is an alumni, or even who are also on campus, but it's a networking event. So I think just like soft skills about networking, but also database about how to reach out alumni are something that Penn is very strong at. So I think you should take the advantage of also exploring that kind of support offered through career services. And for undergraduate students or grad students who are thinking about applying to grad education, so they also provide support. So it's in, every country or culture is different in terms of how to go navigate job application. But in the US, it's, common to, have a professional headshot. So for students who maybe, wanting to get one, to put on your LinkedIn, or, to just have it available when maybe there's a time that you are going to be asked to submit, a professional photo. So I think career services is also where you can go to get a free professional photo taken. I encourage you, just like many other resources, to explore their website. So in the next one that you can find out, there is, community that you can go to check out, but there's also like industries and resources that you can find. The next one, and then we can go to the academic support. So here is the QuakerNet is where you log in, and then where you would find the online community for all the Penn alumni. So you would be able to find out alumni like by their location and major industry. So again, you can also like request for mentorship. And I think that's really a wonderful way for you to start being connected, with the alumni network, as even from now trying to explore that, but when you come to campus. So I'm going to spend 2 more minutes just to cover the last resources and see if there's any other questions. The academic support and library services. it's so important that when you come here, I think for either undergraduate students and graduate students, it's going to be a transition from how you study and the academic level that you are coming from. So don't just assume that you are already equipped with all the skills you need to navigate Penn's academic life. So I think it's important that, to really find out like maybe what kind of help that you can get to help you succeed, academically. Weingarten Center is the center to turn to as a starting point. So at Weingarten Center, they offer study strategies, workshop. They help you with time management. They also, when there is an exam, you can help with exam prep and things like that. So anytime when you feel like maybe your study skills, note-taking skills, or some other academic related, needs, and you are kind of not sure about, Weingarten Center is the people that is the center you can turn to, and you can get one-on-one kind of appointment with their instructor to really help you better prepare and better navigate, the academic demands at Penn. Other resources includes, tutoring center, writer's house, center for undergraduate research and fellowships, also for grad students, graduate student center. I think like those centers exist for a purpose, and it's for you to take the advantage of them, especially they are free. But it's better for you to take the advantages of them like early than later. For instance, if you or during the midterm that you feel like, oh, I need an appointment, but then maybe already a lot of those students have already booked an appointment, so you may be not getting an immediate opening until a little bit later. So really trying to know where they are, how to access them in advance. I think that's also one of our purposes of introducing these services to you. Last but not the least is office hours. So tomorrow you're going to hear the faculty talk a lot about how do you get support from them, from the teaching assistant, and that includes how to utilize office hours. But please, remember that your success is not just about your intelligence, it's also about how you utilize the resources and support that's available to you. So be smart about that, and be resourceful, and be proactive about taking advantage of those opportunities. So I think this sums up this kind of brief, but maybe feeling long for some of you hearing about the 6 topics. But we really hope you walk away with understanding some of the most important resources for international students, and I hope you jot down some of the key contact informations. All right, I think that's the end of the presentation for today, and I'm going to turn it back to Dr. Rudy so that he can kind of close it up for today.
I'm ending day 1, and we'll see you tomorrow, same time, same Zoom channel. And thank you to my team, and thank you for your support and all the questions that you ask. Again, we'll meet faculty and students tomorrow. Have a wonderful evening, not wonderful day wherever you are. Thank you so much.